I was so sick of being alone and going to weddings by myself.
I couldn't figure out why I was successful at everything else in my life but couldn't find love.
I was thoroughly convinced my picker was broken because I chose the wrong men over and over and over again.
I was so embarrassed that I wasn't married that I buried myself in my work and pretended I was happy.
If this sounds familiar, you're in the right place.
Hi everyone, welcome to Love Notes. I'm Tricia Bennett, also known as The Shrink.
And I'm Heidi Bertram. I am known as The Love Bucket. Welcome.
So our program Love Notes is designed to help you to live your best life. On our programs, we'll deliver the secrets of finding and keeping lasting love as well as manifesting your dreams. Are you willing to do what it takes? We'll see.
This show is a place for women to come together and to receive from, inspire, and renew one another. And we will offer you many opportunities to do that right now and every time we come together. We like to think of the Love Notes journey as an internal self-care spa that's specifically designed just for you. So welcome.
We begin each show with a reading that summarizes why Heidi and I do what we do and how we hold all women in our hearts. The reading is entitled, A Woman's Worth, the Goddess Within.
Goddess Within goes like this. When a woman has owned her passionate nature, her thoughts grow wild and fierce and beautiful. Her juices flow. She has thrown off crutch and compromise. She has glimpsed the enchanted kingdom, the vast and magical realm of the goddess within her. Here all things are transformed, and there is a purpose to this, that the world might be mothered back to a glorious state. When a woman conceives her true self, a miracle occurs and life around her begins again. And that's by Marianne Williamson, A Woman's Worth. So this is our first show. Tricia and I are super excited. We just want to say to the audience members, thank you for being here with us today. We just want you to enjoy what we're about to share with you. And before we get started, we'd like to say that it's a true gift to be a part of what's going on here at Medfield TV. Everything and everyone here at Medfield TV is dedicated to improving the quality of our listeners' lives. In particular, we'd like to thank Aditi Tate for her direction, Alex Stevens, who has a show here called Live Your Passion, Hong and Jim and Janine, who are behind the scenes, and all of you for watching today.
As it's our first show, we decided to pick a topic that was one of our most powerful fundamental topics at Be More You and here at Love Notes. The topic for today is a saying that we use a lot, and it's a dream without an action plan is just a nice idea. You'll hear us saying that a lot because we believe that if you have a dream, the best way to make it happen is to be in action. We'll spend time answering your questions on our show. We'll have great topics. We hope that you will participate by sending us your questions and any topics that you might like to have us cover. And each of our programs will feature at least one fun, juicy, inspiring topic.
And in order, as Tricia said, to put your dream into action, how we're going to keep you in action is we will be giving you homework. For those of you who are courageous enough to accept it, get out your pens and paper because we'll be giving you some homework. We'll be offering challenges and inviting you to join us on live calls and in person at our local coffees. The more you are in action, the closer you will be to finding and creating the love that you want and to living the life of your dreams. So we're going to be challenging you. Ready, set, go.
So I want to spend a little time talking about our topic, which is a dream without an action plan is just a nice idea. So let's discuss that a little bit and have the listeners find out a little bit more about what we mean by that.
Alrighty, fabulous. So what I found for my own personal self is that I can have a dream and say, I want to lose 5 pounds, but without specific actions, without making myself accountable and responsible for taking action, I can be wishing for those 5 pounds to miraculously disappear. But unless I get on a treadmill, unless I join a Weight Watcher program, unless I start running or walking, nothing's going to happen. So we take this concept of a dream without an action plan as just an idea in all of our programs here.
Yeah.
And so
I think Heidi's example of the exercise and losing 5 pounds is a great one. We often say that so many of us know how to lose weight, we know how to eat right, we know how to exercise, but when it comes to actually doing it, it's a different story. If you buy a treadmill and you never get on it, it's not going to work. If you buy a treadmill and you walk on it for an hour a day, your body's going to change whether you believe it or not. Yeah. So we hope that you'll take on an action plan to move you toward your dreams.
And I think the first action step for any dream, if you have that notebook and your pen right there in front of you, write it down, whatever your dream is. If you want to be in a successful and happy relationship, write it down as though you have it now. I am in a happily, successfully, joyous relationship. I am loving the life and living the life of my dreams. Like literally, the action is as simple as write down your dreams. This is some of the wisdom that we received from very, very successful and happily, successfully married women. They said, write down your dream. That's your first action. And mark my words, it'll start to manifest because you just took that one baby step.
Mm-hmm. Yep. The minute you take action, the universe moves in to support that action. So we also hope that you will submit questions to us. Our email address for submitting questions is bemoreyou@live.com. And because most women's questions are all women's questions, we'll be answering your questions anonymously without personal details. And if you submit questions, we'll try to get them on the next show. We'll try to get your answers on as soon as we can on upcoming programs.
For the past 15 years, our audience has been made up primarily of women who want to be happily, successfully married and have yet to achieve that in their life. Their first and most agonized question is always, are you ready for this? Drum roll. Number one, what's wrong with me? Why am I successful at everything else and yet the right relationship still eludes me? So Trish, let's discuss that. What comes up for you when you hear that particular question that most women often ask?
Well, we have for years, we've heard women say that, and I would be surprised if most of you don't relate to that. If you're struggling in relationship, you're not living your dreams, you're probably wondering, or at least I know I was, what's wrong with me? Why have I been good at all these other things and successful at all these other things, and the right relationship is eluding me? So whatever it is that you feel has not worked out yet, you're not broken. There's nothing wrong with you. There's simply some skills that you haven't learned yet. I learned that when I asked a friend of mine in my late 30s what was wrong with me that I wasn't married. And she said to me, Tricia, there's nothing wrong with you. She said, you haven't met the right person yet, and you haven't married the wrong person. And it really helped me to realize that although I didn't have the skills to know how to get what I wanted, I hadn't made mistakes and chosen things that weren't right for me. Mm-hmm. So wherever you are right now in your process of achieving the love life that you want and the life of your dreams, there's nothing wrong with you. You're not broken. You've been successful at the things that you've been successful at because you have those skills. If there are things you have not yet been successful at, it's because there's some skills that you don't have. And that's the goal of our program, is to provide you with those skills.
Great, great answer. And I think so many of us, including myself, this little dirty secret, like what's wrong with me when we don't have what we truly desire, we go into this negative thing. I must be broken. I'm not lovable. I'm not worthy of love. So the first thing is, as I said, is to make sure you first announce the fact that this is an area that I need help with. I want to have a relationship. So there's nothing wrong with you. You're perfect and beautiful just the way you are, and we hope you get that. And so I have another fun topic, another question. If you're not living the life of your dreams, you aren't broken. There are just some skills that you haven't learned yet. So number 2, why do I care so much about finding a partner?
So that's another big one that women often ask is, why am I not content with what I have? Why do I still have this deep desire to find a partner? Everything else in my life is working well. Is it selfish to want a partner? And again, we say you're not broken. And one of the main reasons that we want partners, believe it or not, is that human beings are mammals, and mammals are not designed to live alone. Most women, and oftentimes men as well, have a deep desire for a lasting and meaningful partnership. So that longing doesn't mean there's anything wrong with you. It's a natural desire to want a partner.
That's a great one. See, the shrink brings the scientific piece into it. I love that. And for me, why do I care so much about finding a partner? What I realized was, having a corporate job, very successful, having my own company, there was a missing puzzle piece. Have you ever bought this beautiful puzzle that may have 100 pieces, 1,000 pieces, and yet, when you put it together, if that one missing piece is not in the box, you can't find it anywhere, that feeling of having that one missing piece just gnaws, and just gnawed away at my heart and my soul and my spirit. So I just encourage everybody to know that, for me, this finding a partner, why I cared so much is I want to find that piece that will have my 100 or 1,000 piece puzzle piece be complete. And I just think having that partner will enhance me.
That's great. I think also we talk about the fact that women spend a lot of time in life suffering over relationship, that women suffer over not having one, being in the wrong one, staying in the wrong relationship for too long before they realize they need to get out. And one of the things that Heidi and I discovered over the years is that when women are suffering, when anyone's suffering really, just getting out of bed in the morning feels hard. When we're not suffering and we're feeling loved and we're happy and we feel like our lives are complete, we can conquer the world. And I think women in particular have lots of wonderful gifts to give, and when they're suffering, they can't. So it's definitely not a selfish thing.
Because they're still trying and putting all their energy into finding that peace.
Yeah.
They're not bringing that energy out of themselves. So, good example, Trish. And the next question is, am I selfish to want it all? A great career and a great relationship. Women have tremendous natural gifts. When we are suffering, we are not able to give those gifts to the world. Love your life, move the world. Am I selfish to want it all? That's always a good one.
Yeah. So I think, again, when you think of having it all as being selfish, think about the gifts that you can give when you do have it all. One of the things that has been the greatest gift for me over the years has been knowing that once I accomplish something, once I learn how to do it, I can teach it. And the happily, successfully married women in my life who supported me over the 15 years that I was finding myself so that I could find my husband, they gave me all these wonderful gifts. And now that I have my husband in my life, I'm able to turn around and give that wisdom back. So it is absolutely not selfish to want to have your dreams come true and to want to have your love life be a success. Because the minute you have achieved those things, you can be a power of example to other people in your life of how to have those things as well.
I think that's great. And I think being selfish, am I selfish to want it all? I think there's also this fear of success. I think we can have it all. So when you say I can have this but I can't have that, just take a look at the fact that there may be some fear inside of you. I know for myself, I almost felt guilty if I had it all, but from doing this work and just discovering that the worthiness, I'm going to throw that away. I'm going to claim worthiness for myself and really realize that, yes, I deserve to have it all and I can have it all, because then I will be able to bring it into the world.
Yeah. So in terms of bringing everyone's gifts to the world, and in terms of having it all, we were talking with Aditi in our intro show about how women can share their experience with each other and with us. So if you are looking for wisdom, we hope that you will email us and join us on our website at www.bemoreyou.co and register for our love notes. And if you are happily, successfully married, we would love to hear from you as well. We'd love to have you share your story with women and share how having it all makes a difference. Yeah.
Great. Women always tell us that they wish they had this information decades ago. So all this information that we're going to be sharing within the love notes are these sometimes little secrets that you didn't even realize you could get access to. We're going to give you access to that. So we wished we had this information too. Women also ask us how to begin to bring this wisdom to their daughters. On our website, we'll offer a way that each of our topics can be shared with girls and young women.
So we promised you homework and challenges. Again, the key to manifesting your dreams is being in action. So we suggest if you can place some daily attention on your dreams and your vision, and Heidi suggested get a journal out and write down what your goals are. Write down your goals around relationship, write down your goals for the life that you want to live. I love the idea of a bucket list and writing down all the things that you haven't yet accomplished that you want to accomplish in your life. And the power of writing things down is really pretty magical. So we hope that you will begin to be in action. You might want to keep a journal and follow our program with a journal, or if you like to use a laptop or, digitally keep your notes, you might want to do that too. Yeah.
If you'd like what you've heard today on the show and you're interested in being more actively involved with our ever-growing worldwide community of women, there are many, many ways to do that. You can join us on Facebook at Be More You. You can follow us on Twitter. You can listen to our podcast. We have a podcast on iTunes called Happily Ever After is Real. It's under the self-help category. This podcast has actually been listened to by women in 61 countries as of today, with over 14,000 viewers or listeners. So we hope you'd be one of those to join our family. The first Monday of every month, we have a free open coaching call for women. We also have local coffees. It's really fun to come together as women and grab a cup of coffee and share your successes of the week. So whatever dream you're working on, we come together and share our successes. If you're interested in being more actively involved, visit our website at www.bemoreyou.co, and that's CO, not COM. and register for our Monday morning love notes. We send out inspiration to women every Monday morning, so please join us so you can be inspired, get a jump start on Monday, and it usually lasts till the next Monday. And we also have on our website, we have upcoming programs, homework assignments, and challenges. So please join us once again, www.bemoreyou.co. Remember, this show is for you. We're here to be your cheerleaders, your support system, and your inspiration. So use every ounce of the wisdom shared here to move your dreams forward. If you have any questions that you would like us to answer or topics that you would like us to address on an upcoming show, once again, please email us at bemoreyou@live.com.
If you happen to be a man watching this program, we hope that you will also be enlightened and inspired. If you have questions or topics that you would like us to address, please email us and let us know. And if you have women in your life that you think would gain some value from joining us, please let them know about our program.
We have a closing as part of our program today to remind you to be in action around pursuing your dreams. And one of our favorite closings or readings is called The Search for Contentment. And it goes like this. The search for contentment is not merely a self-preserving and self-benefiting act, but also a generous gift to the world. Clearing out all of your misery gets you out of the way. You cease being an obstacle not only to yourself, but to anyone else. Only then are you free to serve and enjoy others. That's by Elizabeth Gilbert, Eat, Pray, and Love. We also love these little dream cards. Have any of you seen these little dream cards at Hallmark? So I'm going to share two. This is sort of an insight into our love notes. I'm going to share two of our wonderful little love notes today. Once again, it's this magical little window that pops open and has an inspirational message. It's sort of like a double bonus coupon today. The first love note goes like this. Do you want to be safe and good, or do you want to take a chance and be great? We're challenging you this week to take a chance and really be great. And Tricia has a great challenge a lot of the times for everybody is do something every single day that scares you, that has you just, that fear factor goes up. We sometimes call it the high vomit factor, that sometimes gets you out of your comfort zone. I dare you, I challenge you, there's another bonus homework. The other love note goes like this. Fate loves the fearless, and that's by James Russell Lowell. So once again, fate loves the fearless, so be fearless this week.
Great. Thank you everyone for being here, for the courage that it takes to pursue your dreams. We will see you next time. And until then, remember that you are uniquely beautiful. There's no one else on earth who's exactly like you. Until we meet again,
allow yourself to be gorgeous.
Production support provided by Medfield.tv. Access to our community.